Hi everybody, this is going to be the instructional video for this week's activity. It is the one that is going to be linked right here. Activity classifying organisms is the assignment. There's actually going to be a couple of links here. This is the instructional video for the activity. We're going to start out by looking at this website right here on Dichotomous Keys. Pull that up. We're going to talk about dichotomous keys. Now I'm going to ask you to read this, but I'm going to very quickly tell you that a dichotomous key is a tool that scientists use to help identify objects and organisms. And in this case we're going to be talking about living things. Now we can do a dichotomous key for any type of living thing, such as trees, birds, fish, bacteria, you name it. And this helps us to understand how things are classified. Now dichotomous keys are usually based on something that you can see in the organism, something that you can tell usually just by its look, but also by possibly by its behavior. Now what the idea here is that we can identify a very specific type of organism or a species and specific go together. We can identify the species of the organism just based on by looking at it. I happen to enjoy watching birds, and so as a bird watcher I have a book with me that when I go out into the field and I see a bird, there's this book that helps me to identify what kind of bird I'm looking at, and it's lined up in such a way that it's like a dichotomous key. They're grouped together in this book. They're grouped together based on their similarities and their characteristics. I'm going to show you an example. I do want you to read this entire article, though. It's not that long, and you don't have to worry about clicking these links at the end, but I would encourage you to actually go through the quiz. It's not that long. I want you to read it, and then when you're through with that, I want you to start doing the assignment. But I'm going to give you an example of a fake dichotomous key. This is for aliens or something. They're called Pamasham creatures, but this is used a lot of times to show people how dichotomous keys work. There are 20 different creatures on this page, and each one of these creatures has a slightly different characteristic, but some are very similar. And you take a look at number 1, 7, 8, 9, 13, 17, 19, 20. They all have very similar shapes, but there is something very different. For instance, what's different about creature number 8 and number 9? That's right, the little antenna. So these would be considered two different species. If these were birds, they would look very close, but there would be something slightly different about each. And in this case, it's aliens, and this particular alien has a different little antenna. Each one of these has slight differences, but they can be grouped together. Okay, and I think you'll see that. So what happens is here at the bottom you have a series of questions. We always start with question number 1, and it goes like this. Question number 1, the creature has a large head. Go to question number 2, the creature has a small narrow head. Go to question number 11. Okay, and then and they misspelled creature, and then there you keep going until you finally get down to the name. Let's do one. Let's pick one. I'm randomly going to pick. Let's do number 13. No, let's do number 14. It looks like it'll be a little bit easier. Okay, so the first question is, the creature has a large wide head. So look at the head of the creature. Is it large and wide? Looking at the rest of them, it looks like it's large and wide. The other option is small and narrow. That's going to be like that head. So I'm going to say that number 14, when we're trying to identify number 14, our creature has a large wide head. So the creature has a large wide head. I'm going to go to question number 2. Question number 2, it has 3 eyes or 2 eyes. Let's look at number 14. It has 2 eyes. Okay, so that means I'm going to go to question number 7. The creature has hairy spikes. I don't see hairy spikes on number 14. Do you? So I'm going to say the creature has no hairy spikes. We go to question number 10. The body is symmetrical. Now, do you guys know what symmetrical means? It means that if there's a line drawn right down the middle, that it's like a mirror image of each other. And like this right here, this guy is not symmetrical. This guy's not symmetrical here because he's got little spikes on one side and not on the other. Okay, so I'm going to say that if I drew a line right down the middle here, this guy looks symmetrical. So I'm going to say that the body is symmetrical, and oh look, we have our thing. It's called a Broadus Walter, which is just a fake name. This person made them up. But that's how we do a dichotomous key, is we just go through these series of steps and we answer questions based on what we're looking at. Okay, now here's a real dichotomous key. that Nova from PBS put out on types of fish. And your assignment today is to actually go through here and identify each one of these fish. And there is a Google form that I've created to help you do that. And it's very simply this. There's a link here. Actually, you know what? Let's look at it this way. Hold on just a second. There's a link here that when you open it, this is what you're going to open when you click on the link right here. When you click this link, you'll get this page. You're going to click this link here to open up this page. And basically, I'm asking you to identify each one of the fish. Pretty straightforward. Just type in your answer. Okay. This fish, the first fish, let's try to identify it. I'm going to do it for you. Okay. So here's our fish. Let's go through we always start with question number 1. If the fish shape is long and skinny, go to step 2. If the fish shape is not long and skinny, go to step 3. Is it long and skinny? So let's go to step 3. If the fish has both eyes on top of the head, that's hard to see, right? But in this case, both eyes are on top of the head here. I know that's hard to see, that's why I'm doing it for you. But both eyes are on the top of the head here. And by the way, this one has both eyes on top of the head. Okay? So if it has both eyes on top of the head, go to step 4. Alright, and look, if the fish has a long whip-like tail, it's a spotted eagle ray, but this doesn't have a long whip-like tail. So if it's a short blunt tail, it is a peacock flounder. See what we did there? That's called a peacock flounder. So to answer this question, you would type in peacock flounder. Of course, I can't put a space bar right now because I'm recording. But that's what you type in there. Then you go do that for all the rest of these, and when you're done, you hit submit, and you're finished with the assignment. Pretty straightforward. I want to see how you guys do. If you have any questions, I would encourage you to ask each other. If you could work together on this, this would be great if you know anybody in class. But if not, just shoot me an email or give me a call on Zoom or something, and let me see if I can help you out. All right, you guys, good luck, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.